What if everything you were taught about money is designed to keep you broke? Welcome to the passive path. Let's get one thing straight. Most people follow a script they never wrote. Go to school, get good grades, land a job, buy a house, save money, retire with a pension. Sounds safe, right? That script works if your goal is to work until you die. Let's break this down. School doesn't teach you wealth. You spent 12 plus years in school, maybe more. You learned how to memorize facts, follow instructions, sit still, and obey. But did you ever learn how taxes work? How to read a balance sheet? How to build cash flow? No. School trains workers, not thinkers. Definitely not owners. If your teacher is broke, should they be teaching wealth? What you think is an asset? It probably isn't. Ask anyone on the street. What's your biggest asset? They'll say, my house, my car, my college degree, my retirement account. Here's the truth. If it takes money from your pocket every month, it's a liability. If it puts money into your pocket every month, it's an asset. Your house? It drains your income through mortgage, maintenance, and taxes. Your car? It depreciates and costs you monthly. Your retirement account? You don't control it. Someone else does. Real assets. A rental property that generates rent, a business that pays you monthly, a stock or dividend that pays consistent income. Your job might be the biggest trap if you rely on a paycheck. Someone else controls. When you work, how much you earn. When you're allowed to stop working, you trade your time for money. And guess what gets taxed the most? Earned income. Depending on where you live, taxes on earned income can be 30% to 50%. Now, compare that to passive income from assets like real estate. Sometimes that's taxed at 0%. Think about it. Who benefits more? The person working 60 hours a week for $5,000 a month? Or the person sleeping while their Airbnb property nets $5,000 a month, pays minimal tax? Financial literacy starts with one thing. Understand this formula. Income. Expenses equals surplus. Surplus equals freedom, or slavery if your expenses always match your income. You're trapped. Even a $200 surplus can change your life if you use it right. Most people increase income and instantly increase expenses. Bigger apartment, newer phone car upgrade. Subscription overload. Don't fall into that pattern. Use surplus too. Eliminate liabilities by real assets. Reinvest until your assets cover your lifestyle. That's how wealth begins. Here's what they never taught you. Let's compare two people. Person A earns $100,000. Salary pays 35% in taxes, buys a house, car, and a Netflix plan, saves 5% in a retirement account. Person B starts a small business, earns percentage, $80,000 from online courses or rentals. Uses legal tax strategies to reduce taxable income, reinvests into real estate, has no boss, who ends up wealthier after 10 years. It's not even close. Want to know what wealthy people really do? They don't. Budget coffee, worry about gas prices, hope for raises. They build systems, income streams, long-term control, and they question everything. Mini hook for next chapter. What if your own brain is working against you? In the next chapter, we'll break down why your habits, fears, and thoughts may be sabotaging your money. Stay tuned. The difference between poor and rich often starts with how they think, not how much they make. Welcome back to the passive path. Let's talk about the most important asset you have. Not money, not time, not your job. It's your mind. The rich think differently. That's not a safe fact. 3 brains, 1 decision. We all use 3 brains when making choices. Left brain, logical analysis, facts. Love spreadsheets. Right brain, creative. sees patterns, makes connections, subconscious mind. Emotionally reacts with fear or excitement. Here's how a poor mindset plays out. You get a business idea, left brain says. It could work. Right brain gets excited, but then the subconscious jumps in. What if I fail? What will people say? It's too risky. Game over. That fear takes over. You stay in the job you hate, and the idea dies. The reptile in your mind. Fear isn't logical, it's physical. When you feel stress, your brain sends blood away from the thinking part and down to the fight-or-flight system, what some call the reptilian brain. That's why people freeze when markets crash. Employees panic during layoffs. Smart people make dumb money decisions. The rich train themselves to stay calm under pressure. They ask, "What's the opportunity here?" The poor ask, "What if it all goes wrong?" Everyone has a war inside. Every morning, you face a choice. Wake up early or hit snooze. Go to the gym or skip again. Invest $100 or buy new shoes. The rich battle the same demons. They just win more often. Story, the fat boy and the stud. Imagine two voices in your head. The stud says, "Let's build wealth." The fat boy says, "Let's chill today." Every decision is a vote. Every choice shapes your future. The wealthy don't have more discipline. They've just built more momentum. They make one good financial decision, then another, then another. Eventually, their life looks completely different. School doesn't prepare you for this. In school, you're punished for mistakes, talking to yourself, daydreaming. But in real life, mistakes are how you learn. Self-talk is how you grow. Daydreams are blueprints for action. The system doesn't want thinkers. It wants rule followers. That's why most people never question. Why do I hate my job but stay? Why do I save money when inflation eats it? Why do I fear investing but trust my boss? Intrapersonal skill, the secret weapon. Most people know about interpersonal skills dealing with others, but the rich excel at interpersonal skill dealing with themselves. They understand how to spot fear, how to override emotion, how to stay focused under pressure. When markets crash, they don't run, they buy. They solve problems while others freeze. Thought exercise next time you get scared too. Invest, start something, ask for more, pause and ask, is this fear or fact? Is my logic saying no or my survival brain? This small awareness can shift your whole path. You can rewire your thinking. It starts simple. Stop saying I can't. Start saying how can I? Don't fear mistakes. Expect them. Learn from them. Example, poor thinking, I can't afford it. Rich thinking, how can I afford it? The first shuts your brain down. The second turns it on. Practical habit. The daily money question every morning ask. What small financial move can I make today? Examples. Read 5 pages of a money book. Move $20 to savings. Brainstorm a side hustle. Watch an investing video. Cancel a useless subscription. Every small win builds mental muscle. Now we'll talk about a big secret that most people don't know. The middle class is being crushed on purpose. Taxes, inflation, and debt are used as weapons to keep you poor. How do they do that? And how to escape the trap? That's up next. Stay with us. The system was never broken. It was built this way. You're told to work hard, pay taxes, and save money. But the harder you work, the harder it gets. Let's break down why. The middle class is taxed the most. They earn too much to qualify for help, but not enough to escape the system. They're stuck in the middle. Every dollar they make is sliced by income tax, then by sales tax, then by property tax, then by inflation, then by fees. By the end, there's nothing left. Rich people don't play by those rules. They make money differently. They protect it with knowledge. Middle-class families spend decades paying off student loans. Then they buy a house that drains them for 30 years. Then they save money that loses value to inflation. Then they retire and realize their pension isn't enough. It is not a glitch. It's the plan. The financial system rewards owners and punishes workers. That's why wealthy people own businesses, real estate, intellectual property, and the poor own jobs, mortgages, car loans, student debt. When the government prints money, two things happen. The cost of living goes up. The value of savings goes down. That's called inflation. Inflation doesn't hurt the rich. It makes them richer because they own assets. Assets rise in value as inflation increases. But if you only earn a wage, your income stays flat while rent, groceries, and gas go up. Most people don't realize this. They think working harder will save them. But you can't outrun a system designed to keep you tired. The only way out is to change the game. Understand this formula. Tax laws are written by the wealthy. For the wealthy, they reward behavior that benefits the economy. Starting a business, providing housing, creating jobs, saving in a pension, or working for a wage does not get rewarded. It gets taxed. If you're playing the middle-class game, here's what happens. You borrow money to go to college, you graduate with debt, you work to pay it off, then you borrow for a house, then for a car, then for everything else. Soon you're working just to stay afloat. The only way out is to build financial intelligence. Start by understanding the three types of income: earned income, portfolio income, passive income. Earned income is your salary or wages. It's taxed the most. Portfolio income comes from selling assets. It's like stocks or property. It's taxed less. Passive income is money that comes in every month without you working, like rent from real estate, or royalties, or dividends. It's taxed the least. Wealthy people focus on passive income. Middle-class people focus on earned income. That's the difference. Saving money won't make you rich, because the dollar loses value over time. When governments print money, your savings buy less. But hard assets like gold, silver, real estate, and Bitcoin tend to hold or increase in value. If you're still saving cash in a bank account, you're going backwards. The middle class is being crushed by three invisible forces: inflation, taxation, debt. Inflation steals your purchasing power. Taxes take your income. Debt keeps you locked in. You have to work to survive. You have no time to think, and no energy to escape. That's the trap. To escape it, stop following the script. Stop saving only for retirement. Stop calling your house an asset. Stop relying on one source of income. Start building something different. Cash flow from rental properties. Income from digital products. Revenue from a small business. Ownership is the goal, not employment. You don't need to be rich to start. You just need to stop playing the middle-class game. You weren't born to struggle. In the next part, you'll learn the three income types that separate the wealthy from everyone else, and how you can start shifting today. Not all income is created equal. There are only three types: earned income, portfolio income, passive income. Each one has different rules, and each one gets taxed differently. Earned income is what you make from working: salary, wages, tips, freelance pay. It's the most common income and the most heavily taxed. In many countries, up to 50% of it goes to taxes. So that means you work half the year just to pay the government. It's also the least scalable. You trade your time for money. Your time is limited. That's why most people never get ahead. They earn more, but they also spend more. They're always tired. Portfolio income is the money you make from buying and selling assets, stocks, real estate, crypto, art. If you buy low and sell high, you make a capital gain. This income is taxed less than earned income, but it's inconsistent, depends on market timing, and you only get paid when you sell. That's not freedom, it's a trade. Passive income is the key to wealth. It's money that comes in even when you don't work. Rental income, royalties, dividends, business systems that run without you. This is how the rich escape the rat race. They build income that works 24/7. While they sleep, while they travel, while they think. Passive income is taxed the least. Sometimes not at all. If you understand this, your goal becomes clear. Shift your focus from earned income to passive income. Start small. Buy one income-generating asset. Automate one small system. Rent out something you already own. You don't need millions to start. You just need one stream. Build another and another. Soon your passive income covers your basic needs. That's financial freedom. It's not about being rich. It's about not worrying. Your rent is paid. Your food is covered. You wake up without fear. And you choose what to do with your time. That's the power of passive income. Most people are chasing promotions. The wealthy are building systems. Most people are saving for retirement. The wealthy are living free today. You can earn $1 million from a job and still be broke. You can earn $3,000 a month in passive income and be free. Because freedom isn't about how much you make, it's about how you make it. Earned income is a treadmill. Portfolio income is a cycle. Passive income is a path. Walk it long enough and you never go back. The rules of money have changed, but schools haven't caught up. They still teach you to earn and save, but they never teach you to build and scale. You have to learn that yourself. In the next part, we'll break down how the rich use debt and banks to accelerate their wealth, and how you can start doing the same. Most people fear debt. The rich use it to get rich. There are two types of debt. Bad debt, good debt. Bad debt takes money from your pocket. Credit cards, car loans, consumer financing. Good debt puts money into your pocket. Real estate loans, business financing, strategic leverage. The poor borrow to spend. The rich borrow to invest. This one difference changes everything. When you use good debt to buy assets, the income pays back the loan, and you keep the profit. Banks are not the enemy. They are tools, but only if you know how to use them. Banks lend money to people who don't need it, so charge the most to those who do. If you understand the game, you play like the bank, not the borrower. Imagine borrowing $1 million to buy real estate. The tenants pay the mortgage. You collect the cash flow. You own the property. You get the tax breaks. You control the asset. And you used none of your own money. That's the power of leverage. You don't need more effort. You need more control. Every wealthy person uses leverage. Leverage of time, leverage of money, leverage of people, leverage of systems. Poor try to do everything themselves. The wealthy build structures that multiply results. This is why business owners and real estate investors pay less tax. The system rewards leverage, because leveraged people grow the economy. They create jobs, they build infrastructure, solve problems. Earned income has no leverage. Passive income does. When you build a business, you use other people's time. When you use debt to buy assets, you use other people's money. And when you reinvest profits, you grow without limits. The biggest difference between poor and rich is how they use resources. The poor use their own. The rich use other people's. This is not about exploitation. It's about multiplication. You can only work so many hours, but a system can work nonstop. You can only save so much, but capital can be infinite. You can only learn so fast, but a mentor can collapse time. The secret is not to avoid debt. It's to learn how to use it. The people who say never borrow are usually broke or scared or misinformed. Study what the rich do, not what the average person says. If you want to grow faster, learn to borrow smarter. Banks don't create wealth, but they can help you scale it. Inflation rewards borrowers. If you borrow at 3% and inflation is 6%, you're winning. Your debt gets cheaper every year. Your asset grows in value. This is how fortunes are built. One smart loan, one good property, one repeatable system. You don't need more hours. You need more leverage. In the next part, we'll explain how money printing works and why inflation is quietly draining your wealth every day. Money is not backed by gold. It's backed by debt. In 1971, the dollar was taken off the gold standard. Since then, governments have been printing money with no limit. Every time they print, the value of your savings drops. This is called inflation. Inflation is silent. It doesn't take your money. It makes your money worth less. Groceries cost more. Gas costs more. Rent costs more. But your paycheck stays the same? It's how you lose wealth without knowing it. Saving money in a bank is no longer safe. It's guaranteed to shrink. You earn 1% interest, but prices rise by 6%. You are losing money by doing nothing. The rich don't save dollars. They store value in real assets. Gold, silver, real estate, Bitcoin. These assets rise when the dollar falls. They protect purchasing power. They hold value across time. When governments print trillions, asset prices go up. That's why the rich get richer. They own the assets that inflate. While everyone else holds cash that decays, the middle class is taught to save. The wealthy are taught to hedge. Printing money creates short-term relief, but long-term pain. It causes bubbles, rewards debt, punishes effort, and it makes everything more fragile. History proves this. Rome debased its currency and collapsed. Germany printed marks and faced hyperinflation. Zimbabwe printed and destroyed its economy. The pattern repeats. Each time a country prints too much, its currency dies. The warning signs are always there. Debt piles up. Interest rates stay low. Assets inflate fast. Wages lag behind, and the middle class disappears. The new economy has only two groups: owners of assets and slaves to inflation. You must choose your side. The people who understand this move fast. They get out of cash. They get into hard assets. They build cash flow. They prepare for storms. Most people don't know what money is. They think it's paper. They think it's stable. They think it's safe. It's not. Money is a belief. It only works if people trust it. And every time it's printed without limit, trust erodes. That's why wealthy people diversify. They don't bet everything on one currency. They don't wait for permission to act. They read the signs and they move. If you want to protect your future, study inflation. Watch how much is being printed. Track where the money flows. Place yourself where the value grows. In the next part, you'll learn how to find the right teachers and why choosing the wrong ones keeps most people stuck forever. The advice you follow shapes your future. If you listen to broke people, you stay broke. If you listen to employees, you think like an employee. If you listen to investors, you start thinking like an owner. Most people trust the wrong teachers. School teachers teach from books, not experience. They teach theories, not results. They repeat the same advice they followed. Work hard, save money, get a safe job, buy a house. But they don't follow the advice of the wealthy. The wealthy choose teachers who walk the talk. Entrepreneurs, investors, builders, creators, they don't ask for permission. They build systems. They buy assets. They live free. The best teacher is someone doing what you want to do, not someone talking about it, not someone with a title, someone with a track record. If you want to learn real estate, follow someone who owns real estate. If you want to learn online income, follow someone making money online. If you want to build wealth, learn from someone with actual wealth. Not a nice car, not a fancy job. Wealth. Teachers matter more than motivation. You can be excited and still go the wrong direction. You can be disciplined and still build the wrong habits. That's why the source of your advice matters most. Be careful who you listen to. There are people with degrees who are broke, or people with no degree who are free. It's not about credentials, it's about results. Follow results, not resumes. The right teacher will show you the game. The wrong teacher will keep you in the system. You don't have to agree with every word. You must align with the direction. Ask yourself one question. Is this person living a life I respect? If not, stop taking their advice. Choose your teachers the same way you choose your investments, with clarity, with care, with long-term thinking. In the next part, you'll learn how to take action and start building a path out of the system. Information means nothing without action. You don't need more motivation, you need direction. Here's how to start escaping the system. Step 1. Step 1, audit your income. Where's your money coming from? How many sources do you have? If it's just one, you're exposed. No job is safe forever. Start building multiple streams, even small ones. Step 2. Audit your expenses. Where is your money going? Cut what doesn't bring value. Cancel subscriptions you don't use. Stop spending to impress people who don't care. Reclaim your cash. Step 3. Build your first income-producing asset. Sell something online, rent out a room. Start a service business. Offer a skill you already have. Don't wait to be perfect. Start now. Step 4. Learn to protect your income. Study taxes. Learn legal structures. Set up a company. Open a separate account. Keep your business money separate from your personal. Step 5. Use surplus cash to buy assets. Don't upgrade your lifestyle. Upgrade your position. Buy a book that teaches investing. Buy a course that teaches a skill. Buy tools that make you money. Every dollar must go to work. Step 6. Set a freedom goal. Not a dream. A number. How much monthly passive income covers your basic life? Write that number down. That's your first mission. Step 7. Track progress weekly. Look at income. Look at expenses. Look at investments. You can't grow what you don't track. Step 8. Surround yourself with builders. People creating. It's people trying. People earning. Cut time with complainers. Cut time with doubters. Environment shapes behavior. Step 9. Study people who've done it. Reverse engineer their path. Copy their systems. Improve their approach. Step 10. Stay consistent. This game rewards patience. Small daily actions build big results. Don't chase hype. Don't jump ship. Build, refine, and repeat. There is no perfect time. It's only the time you take control. You don't have to escape overnight, but you do have to start. You don't need luck. You need a plan. You're not trapped. You're just untrained. Now you're learning. Now you're moving. Now you're building the passive path. Every chapter of your future is still unwritten. You can stay in the rat race, or you can build your way out. Start today. If you've made it this far, you're not like most people. Most people stay stuck. You're here because you want more. More control. More clarity. More freedom. This isn't about getting rich overnight. It's about taking the first step toward a life where you choose. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to move with purpose. Question everything. Build income that doesn't depend on your time. You never stop learning. If this video helped you like it, if you want more content like this, subscribe to The Passive Path. If you have a thought, a question, or a lesson you've learned, leave a comment. And if someone you care about is stuck in the rat race, share this video with them. You might be the reason they finally wake up. Good luck on your journey. Stay focused, stay consistent, and feel free to check out other videos on The Passive Path. I'll see you in the next one.